Hello, this is GetJesse, and we've got another mag audio commentary. Today we're doing domination on defense. We've got a bunker over here, we're close to the burn-off tower and an ammo resupply point. During this game, I think I'm using my usual kit that I've been using in all my audio commentaries, which is heavy armor, AG-94, silencer, the sight and the grip, first aid kit, and grenades. And I think I actually switch between using the silencer and not using the silencer, because I think I switch a few times between between this kit and then a repair kit loadout. So we'll see that a few times. As far as the silencer versus no silencer is concerned, your choice pretty much depends on three things. Your equipment, so you know how much room you have in your loadout. Another thing it depends on is whether or not you're going to be around your teammates a lot. And the other consideration is how often are you going to be going off alone on your own. So obviously with equipment, if you don't have much room, you probably don't want to use the silencer because you want as much room as possible in your loadout. Then if you're going to be around your teammates a lot, you may not necessarily need a silencer, because if you're around a bunch of your teammates, it doesn't really matter if you show up on the enemy's minimap when you shoot your gun. Because if they see you shooting your gun on the minimap and they come looking for you, they're not only are they going to run into you, but they're going to run into your teammates as well. So it kind of presents more of a challenge for them. That's kind of funny there. I had a horrible aim fail and decided to knife him with the crazy side swipe range of the knife. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, okay, in the situation where you want to use a silencer is when you are planning on going around by yourself a bunch. If you're not going to have a bunch of teammates around to draw enemy fire, then a silencer is good, because the only guy that knows about your location is the guy that you just killed. So here I'm up in the turret. You saw me repairing the turret a few minutes ago, game time. So now I'm up here in the turret. I'm basically just trying to defend the bunker from enemy advance. And kill a few people along the way, of course, but my main goal in this turret right now is to keep the enemy far away from the bunker. Sometimes that means using suppressive fire, where you're not actually really hitting anybody, you're just kind of keeping them at bay. And if they do poke their heads out, then you kill them. And before we get to it, there's actually a situation where I want to show the purpose of heavy armor. But let's talk about the different armors a little bit. I'll probably touch on this in more depth in a later commentary, but let's just talk about it a little bit right now. Back when I first started, I used to... Oh, look at that. Yeah, that's one thing you want to pay attention to. When you're in a turret, I was new in this game, a lower level, so I didn't really understand the concept at the time. But when you're in a turret and you hear your teammates saying, "The bunker's armed, the bunker's armed," that means you want to jump out of the turret. Because when the bunker's armed and it explodes, you're going to die. Anyway, heavy armor, light armor. When I first started playing this game, I used to use heavy armor all the time. Just because, as a new player, that's probably the best option, because there's probably more risk of people shooting you rather than you killing other people. So for new players, it's generally a good idea to use heavy armor, because you're probably going to get shot a lot, especially when you're a lower level and you don't really have skill points or anything. Defense is kind of the only equalizer that you have. So I used heavy armor a bunch when I played this game for the first few hours of game time. I don't know, probably up to level 40 or so, maybe. But later on, I decided to try out light armor, and I was pleasantly surprised. When I tried out light armor, it increased my ability to kill a bunch of people a bunch. Okay, right there, that was a mistake. Never charge, even if you're in heavy armor, never charge into a group of 4 or 5 people that are right in front of you. Okay, so I switched to light armor, and basically, light armor gives you 2 things. Now, you are more vulnerable to damage, and you take more damage when you get shot, but it offers way more mobility, and it offers more room in your loadout. But mobility, once you get to a certain skill level, mobility is more important than damage protection. Mobility offers you 2 things. One, it allows you to avoid that damage. So it actually... There's an invisible wall there. That's always fun. Mobility allows you to avoid damage. And when you avoid damage, that's actually kind of like having heavy armor. Because although you reduce damage when you have heavy armor, if you avoid that damage completely when you have light armor, you know, it's basically the same thing as having heavy armor, if you are able to do that. Now, if you aren't skillful enough to do that, then, you know, you might want to consider medium or heavy armor anyway. But a second thing that light armor allows you to do is find more people to kill. You can more quickly advance, more quickly surprise the enemy, more easily surprise the enemy. When you die, you spend less time running from your respawn point, and it just gives you more freedom to do what you want. With heavy armor, you have to, since you're slower, you have to be more. Get knife there right after I get revived. That's always fun. With heavy armor, you have to be more resolute in where you go. Oh, right here. This is a good use of heavy armor right here. See, I die. Well, I get killed by a teammate accidentally. But with heavy armor, I charge into a bunch of guys and kill them real quickly. And I just keep on getting revived by my teammates. This right here is one of the major advantages of heavy armor. I'm soaking up all the damage, and my teammates just keep on reviving me. And I just charge forward and kill the enemy some more. So anyway, I just wanted to point out that particular span of time right there, because I think that's a great example of what the purpose of heavy armor is. You know, besides just being noob armor, I think it actually does have a purpose, which is serving as basically the foundation of your squad. If you can take all the hits and continually get revived by your squad mates, you're doing your squad a great service, because you're keeping all the guys with light armor alive because you're taking all the hits. And if you can take out a lot of people along the way while you're doing that, like I did, that's an extra bonus. So if you are a skilled killer and you wear heavy armor, you can cause quite a lot of chaos for the enemy squads. Okay, so let's see what's going on. Oh, we only got 3 minutes left in the game. So let's see, how can we summarize this game? Pretty much you've seen we don't lose our bunker at all during this game. Basically my goal in this game the whole time was to stick around the burn-off area and the bunker area, especially the bunker area, because the enemy was very aggressive towards our bunker. But I've just hung around our bunker in the burn-off tower area, killing guys, and basically protecting this area. Yeah. I've also kind of poked myself into the turret a few times. And generally, it's a good idea to... Oh, my screen went asleep. It's a good idea to get inside the turret. You don't want to be in it all the time, but there's certain situations where it is a good idea to be inside the turret. Like, for example, if the enemy is just advancing on your bunker a bunch, and... that's funny right there. I think I ran out of ammo in my main gun, and I kept on trying to switch to my pistol, but at the same time I was trying to switch to my pistol, the game was automatically switching to my pistol, so I kept on switching back to my main gun, and I did that a couple of times, and I ended up not getting my pistol out and getting shot. Okay, so yeah, you want to get in the turret when you know that a bunch of enemies are going to be advancing on your bunker. And not only that, but you want to make sure that they're advancing in an area where you can easily shoot them with a turret gun. If you can't easily shoot them with a turret gun, then it's better for you to be outside of your bunker, shooting them with your main normal assault rifle or submachine gun or whatever you happen to use. So the game ended here, and we were able to hold them off completely from our bunker. Actually, I think it might have died once. I'm not sure about that. It might have been blown up once, but generally, you know, we held them off basically, and we won the game. So let's see here. I reached level 36, so I was level 35 in that game. And I got 54 kills, 17 deaths. That's a little over a 3 KD. Got an 8 streak and 19 assists. And 4 ribbons. Whoop-de-doo. So I hope you enjoyed this audio commentary, and I will see you guys later.